There's only two types of people in the world. You're either a Tia
or a Tamera. And chances are, if you were born between 1990 and 2005,
you were bombarded with today's deep dive subject, Tia and Tamera Mowry. From classic TV shows like Sister Sister to the Disney Channel golden era defining Twitches.
Back in the 2000s, you couldn't flip more than 2 channels without seeing the twins. Behind the scenes, Tia and Tamera's sisterly bond was unbreakable.
But when their reality show began airing, it was clear. Tia and Tamera were fighting tooth and nail, not just over clashing personalities,
but over their lack of individuality after a lifetime of being lumped together.
The twins would say the show ended so they could focus on their family, but that wasn't the full truth.
Now, over a decade later, the two have barely been seen together.
To the public eye, Tia and Tamera were identical, but behind the scenes, they couldn't have been more different. Dive with me and Shelby into the wonderful world of 90s television and the golden era of the Disney Channel as we detail the tumultuous relationship between Tia and Tamera and just how one sisterly bond would be tested in front of the entire world.
Before we dive into the world of the Mowry sisters, we want to take a moment to thank Factor for sponsoring this episode of Deep Dive. Y'all, it's summer, and one thing I don't want to be doing is spending hours every week meal planning, grocery shopping, and chopping away in the kitchen. I'd rather spend that time in the pool. That's why we love Factor. They take the stress out of meal planning, setting you up for success. You can skip the grocery stores and the overpriced takeout traps. Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals are chef-crafted, dietitian-approved, and are fresh, never frozen. You can choose from a weekly menu of 35 options, including Calorie Smart, Keto, Protein Plus, or Vegan and Veggie. The best part? Factor is delivered right to your doorstep. Factor is also super flexible. When life gets hectic, you can change your order up every week with plans from 4 to 18 meals. You can reschedule or pause at any time. For me personally, Factor has saved me so much time and the mental energy of always having to think about what's for dinner. So head to factor75.com or click the link below and use our code 50deepdive to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code 50deepdive at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Thank you again to Factor. Now get ready to be transported all the way back to the 90s. The story of Tia and Tamera's journey into child stardom really begins in the Texas pageant circuits. While pageantry is where they found their passion for performing, it didn't take long for them to realize what they really wanted was to be on a TV show like Star Search. So their mom Darlene got them an agent in Dallas, and they started booking local commercials at just 8 years old. By 11 years old, Tia and Tamera were ready for something bigger, and the only way to make that happen was to pack up and move to sunny Los Angeles.
My sister and I moved here when we were 11.
11?
11. And my mom, she was a drill sergeant in the Army, and my dad was the first sarge. And my mom, she said, you know what? You girls want to act? We live in Texas. We don't really do that here. So you're going to have to go to LA, but I'm going to give you a month because I want to make sure that this is right for you. I'm going to give you a month. If you guys book something within a month, I will quit my job, become your manager, and we'll move to Los Angeles. We're still here.
Tia and Tamera would go on audition after audition for major shows like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But at first, they were only really able to book commercial work. In their free time, they took up dance and voice lessons because their real dream originally was to become singers. So when they spotted an audition notice from Zoo Entertainment looking for talented tween girls to form an all-new R&B group called Voices, they knew this could be their big shot.
How do you girls get started in this?
Well, all of us went on auditions and stuff.
Okay, was it like, on the intros, it's like 300 girls.
Yeah,
how does that feel with so much competition?
Pressure. Oh my gosh. I know, it's like, me out of all those girls? It's like, wow.
Okay, I see our interview. You guys are twins, aren't you?
Yeah.
Look at this, twins.
T and I, we're twins, and we've done 13 commercials, She's done 13, I've done 5.
Oh, so you trying to get all into the business.
Yeah.
The single Yeah 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 by Voices, released in 1992, charting at 72 on the Billboard Hot 100 and at number 14 on the R&B charts. For a tween R&B group, this was incredible. It was actually during the same time that their younger brother Taj scored a recurring role as Teddy on Full House. This is what actually would change Tia and Tamera's life forever.
My brother, he played Teddy, and so we would always go and visit the set, and my sister and I, a lot of people don't know this, we would actually babysit the Olsen twins. But the producers that would, hang around on the set, they're like, these girls, they're so adorable. And we even did a guest spot on Full House. So that's kind of like where we got our first start. So
on the set of Full House is where they met Irene Dreyer, who is known for discovering twins as well as producing multiple hit TV shows for major networks like Disney. Irene just knew Tia and Tamera would be huge stars, so she created a show alongside Kim Bass revolving entirely around Tia and Tamera's personal lives with a Parent Trap twist called Sister Sister. They would then pitch it to ABC. Now, ABC did pick it up, but didn't fully believe in the show, so they put it as a mid-season replacement during their TGIF lineup. This basically meant it was a backup. However, Tia and Tamera would prove ABC wrong, as Sister Sister became an instant hit when it premiered on April 1st, 1994.
You see, Tia just moved in here. She's my new sister. Twin sisters. See? We just never met before. Anyway, Mom said it was fate that brought us together. Dad said it was a coincidence. Actually, it was a big fashion fantasy.
Come on, Tamera, let's go home.
What are you doing?
We're going home.
Hey, you let go of my baby.
Hey, what do you mean your baby? Hey, watch that now. What? Just a minute here. What?
Dad? Mom? That girl has my face!
Sister, how much I miss you. Now everybody knows I ain't ever gonna let you go.
Despite Sister Sister's success, ABC still decided to drop the show anyways in favor of more adult programming. But luckily, the WB believed in Sister Sister so much that they offered Tia and Tamera a 100-episode guarantee, which nowadays, that's unheard of.
Hi, I'm Tia. And I'm Tamera. And you can find our show, Sister Sister, 2 nights a week here on the WB. 2 nights? Yep. Boy, the WB took this twin idea and ran with it.
Sister Sister wasn't just a hit 90s sitcom. It was groundbreaking for its time. A cultural phenomenon laying the groundwork and paving the way for shows like That's So Raven. Through the years, Sister Sister won award after award. It has truly stood the test of time, having a complete resurgence in 2020 when it hit Netflix. The impact they had on pop culture is undeniable. I mean, just the amount of songs that their name dropped in. Tia and Tamera literally proved to the entire world how wildly successful they could be, despite all of the challenges and pushback they received along the way.
It was around Sister Sister days, and the show was extremely popular. We were beating, like in the ratings, Friends around that time. So my sister and I, we wanted to be on the cover of this very popular magazine at the time, and it was a teenage magazine. And we were told that we couldn't be on the cover of the magazine because we were black and we would not sell. But here I am, as an adult, and it's sorry. Wow. And it still affects me, and I will never forget that.
Sister Sister would come to its natural end after syndication and 119 episodes. Tia and Tamera were now 21 years old and decided it was time to take a step back from the limelight in order to prioritize their education. They enrolled at Pepperdine University in Malibu, where they both majored in psychology. Now, right after graduating, they jumped right back into the acting world in 2005 with one of my favorite Disney Channel original movies ever, Twitches and Twitches 2, which, by the way, reached a total of 21 million viewers.
On their 21st birthday, 2 girls will discover.
I knew something was gonna happen today. Why do you look like me? I don't know, but isn't it cool?
They're not just sisters, they're Twitches.
Twin witches. Exactly. Go Twitches, Twitches.
After Twitches, Tia and Tamera would start focusing on their own individual careers and doing solo projects. Now, there was a bit of competitiveness between them, as they would often audition for these same exact roles, such as for The Game, where Tia would end up ultimately getting the part. Fast forward to 2007, 2008, this is where the dynamic between Tia and Tamera did start to really shift. They had always been best friends who did absolutely everything together and even still lived together. But that would all change when Tia got married to Corey Hardrict. Tia was now focused on creating a new life with her husband, which is just the normal progression of life. However, when it comes to twins, these big life milestones can be really difficult.
I'm Tia, the one with the ring. Oh. So don't get it twisted.
Okay, Tia.
That's my sister, the one without the ring. I'm married.
Yeah, put it on the spot.
Tamera, relax.
Yeah.
Hey, Tamera, when Tia got married, how did it feel for you?
I have to say it was kind of a bittersweet experience because Tia and I, we're so close and we're so close, but I felt somewhat, I love you, Corey, but I felt that I was, losing my best friend,
Yes. Are you in a serious relationship?
I knew you were going to ask that. I'm just very private about my relationships. Tia's like, put me on the cover of People. Blah, blah, blah. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just because we've been in a fishbowl for so long, I'd like to keep,
She's sensitive.
Sadly, 2010 would mark the year of the final movie Tia and Tamera would ever do together, called Double Wedding. While it was the end of their movie era, they were about to dive headfirst into the very messy world of reality TV.
I think a lot of reality shows are scripted, and one thing that my sister and I want to make sure that we do and continue to do, it's not like that at all. Our show definitely comes from a genuine, authentic perspective, because we know that our fans will be able to, we want our fans to resonate with us, and we want it to be extremely relatable, and if we're just ourselves, then that's what makes the show great.
In 2011, Tia and Tamera landed their very own reality show on the Style Network. Fans were so excited to watch as the cameras followed Tia, who was pregnant with her first baby, and Tamera, who was getting ready to walk down the aisle. So much had changed in their lives since child stardom, which only piqued the world's curiosity. Tia and Tamera debuted in August of 2011 to 750,000 viewers, instantly breaking records as the most watched series debut in the network's history.
We have our own production company called Twilight Productions, and Tia and Tamera is the second project that we've done and created out of our production company. It's a docu-series that's documenting my pregnancy and Tamera's wedding, and we decided to do this because a lot of people they know who we are, but they don't really know who we are. We really kept private for so long, and so we thought, you know what, people want to know what our dynamic is like and what it's not. So you'll be able to see this on our dynamic on the show. And people automatically assume that we're very much alike because we're twins, but we're very different. And then we always get along. Yeah, we don't always get along. No. Oh my goodness. But we don't want to tell them everything. Yeah.
What set Tia and Tamera's reality show apart was how real it really was. In an era dominated by semi-scripted drama, Tia and Tamera stood out by showing the world a raw and honest glimpse into their lives. They didn't try to showcase these perfect personas or these really wild personas. They instead were vulnerable, chaotic, relatable, and honest. However, what the fans were not expecting were the clear cracks in their relationship. For years, Tia and Tamera were seen as inseparable with an unbreakable bond. The reality was they were two very different people fighting tooth and nail for individuality, which led to constant clashes all in front of the cameras. Right away, season 1 kicked off with some major drama that kept all the gossip blogs fed. Tia felt like Tamera wasn't really involved in her pregnancy because she was so wrapped up in wedding planning, while Tamera felt like Tia wasn't doing her maid of honor duties because she was focused on her pregnancy. Tamera's bachelorette party really showcased how they were in totally different places in life.
There's a lot going on.
Okay.
I just started to think about me.
Yeah.
And me being pregnant.
Yep.
And me showing up in a club. Pregnant.
I just don't want to hear you're not going to go.
I really got frustrated because Tia and I are twins, and it really just showed me that she just can't physically and mentally be there for me. I didn't want to see my sister disappointed, so as much as I didn't want to go to the bachelorette party, I have to be there. No strippers, Tia.
Huh?
No
strippers. Okay. All I want is the pretty crown and the pretty bachelorette sash. Okay. No strippers! Why are you crying? I didn't like
Because she didn't like it.
I know, it's okay. It was just a joke.
It's just a joke.
I thought Tia would listen to me. So when Tia surprised me with the stripper, once again, it gave me this feeling of not being in control, and I lost it.
No. I said no strippers.
I know you said no strippers, but you didn't say no stripper.
The bachelorette party was really just the beginning of the downward spiral of their relationship in season 1. Tamera would begin to lean on her best friend Andrea for help with the wedding instead of her sister. Andrea would take over all of the maid of honor duties, such as the bridal shower and all of the events in the days leading up to the big day. So when Tamera had a sit-down conversation with Tia about making Andrea the matron of honor and keeping Tia as the maid of honor, well, let's just say it did not go well.
So what's happening with the bridal shower? Is there anything that you want me to do, or?
Well, Andrea's pretty much picked up the slack, so.
What do you mean, like, picked up the slack?
She's been doing everything.
Sometimes my sister frustrates me. I thought Tia was being selfish, but I don't think now is the time to talk to her about it.
Tia,
Thing is, you stepped down, Andrea picked it up, and now because she's done everything.
What do you want? Because this is your day, this is your wedding, and that's all that matters.
I would like a matron of honor and a maid of honor.
No.
My ego did step in. I was like, excuse me? Like, I'm her sister. When I was Tia's maid of honor, I was there for her 110%. So I expect the same from her.
Andrea shouldn't have, like, communicated with me.
It's because you said you didn't want to do it.
All right, Tamera. All right. So it'll be Andrea maid of honor or your sister maid of honor. That's all I'm saying.
The wedding drama reached its peak during the big weekend in Napa Valley. Tia hopes to turn part of the trip into a mini baby moon, which upset Tamera as the weekend was supposed to be all about her.
What if you use the time up in Napa and the drive up for some romantic time with you and Corey?
Do you like this?
Yeah, but why would you wear that?
Corey and I'm gonna surprise him. You know how you have honeymoon?
Yes.
So I'm gonna do a baby moon.
And what is the baby moon?
The baby moon is like your kind of last hoorah before you kind of like have the baby.
So you have sex?
Tamera! Oh my God!
What? We're not gonna have any time to do that. No, we're gonna make it. We're gonna leave early. I'm gonna, put candles in the room.
Wait a minute,
but what time are you gonna do this? Because I wanted all of us to get together Saturday night and have my last, hoorah as a single woman. But I have to do something special for Corey and I mean, I've been so busy. Why do you have to do it then, though? It's our last vacation before I have the baby. You can't do it at your house? Oh my God, Tamera, are you serious? Did you have your honeymoon at your house? No. I never thought about it that way. No.
Tension sparked when Tia arrived late, missing major pre-wedding events, which inevitably turned into another explosive argument.
I gotta tell you what happened. So, on our way coming up, why did Corey and I see a cheetah and a jaguar? What?
A cheetah and a jaguar, okay.
That's awesome! Oh my gosh, are you freaking kidding me? They're gorgeous.
Oh, I hear you picture behind here.
That was the final straw. I was livid.
Problem is, Tamera has been frustrated that I haven't technically been there for her, throughout this whole experience.
The main thing you should remember is that you both are going through the most amazing experiences at the same time. Yeah. She's getting married. Yeah. You're having a baby.
Yeah.
Relax. Enjoy being pregnant. Don't push the baby moon thing. Tomorrow, be there for Tam. And,
I just wanted to do something special for Corey. And
chaotic roller coaster of Tia and Tamera's relationship kept fans glued to their TV screens. So of course, the Style Network renewed the show for seasons 2 and 3, which brought on all new tensions and even more explosive arguments. And I think this begs the question, Tia and Tamera know how the entertainment industry works. And it's honestly just really sad to me that they didn't run for the hills the second that they saw a problem. I mean, they're twins after all. Their sisterly bond seemed so close back in the day. So for it to have problems now and to keep going on reality TV and letting everyone see, well, let's just say fans of the twins began to divide, feeling like they had to actually choose sides. Tia would be labeled as the quote, mean twin, while Tamera was cast as the quote, jealous twin.
my agent just said that a network was really interested in doing a show with both of us.
I heard about that too, and I was working on my end to make it happen because I was already talking to this woman.
So how come we didn't have the meeting?
Because we were waiting on you.
You were busy. I think what always seems to be a pattern is our communication difficulties. We end up yelling at each other. That's not a good way of communicating. That's the reason why I want to hurry up, and just tell you, something's been on my chest, and I just wanted to get it out. Do I need a drink before we start talking? No. What? I wanted to let you know that I found out about your movie. It's been a while since I've known. I thought that you would tell me because I'm your sister. Can you understand how I felt, though, when you hear it from other people? When you found out about it, it wasn't for sure that I was doing it. Okay. Actually, it's still a little up in the air, but it's more leaning towards it looks like I'm going to do it. Okay. I didn't want to tell you anything if it wasn't a go. I found out through the grapevine that you went in to pitch a television show. Yeah. You were acting in it, and I knew nothing about that. Okay, but the difference with that is when you're pitching, it's not even a show yet. This was offered to you. This is something that you booked. It doesn't matter if it was 100% or not. My agent told me, not you.
While the show had so many heartwarming and lighthearted moments, like watching both Tia and Tamera step into motherhood, it was often overshadowed by their competitiveness, especially when it came to their careers and landing roles. Their most tense argument would happen midway through season 3. Both Tia and Tamera were in the midst of pitching a new show together, but their pitch fell apart when news broke that Tia scored a leading role in a new Nickelodeon sitcom called Instant Mom. Well, when Tamera found out with the rest of the world online, it led to what is infamously known as the boot camp brawl.
I have unfinished business that I would love to communicate with you. Okay. You remember we were supposed to do a show together, Tia? Why you didn't tell me and everyone else involved while we were pitching that we were working on booking Instant Mom? Nothing needed to be said because neither project was official. It wasn't for sure. The thing that you and I had gone in for was not official. When we had that meeting, Tamera, there was no contract. There were no dates. We didn't even have the concept sold. We didn't even have a holding fee. We had nothing. Tia, what you don't know is they were going to sign the dotted line. How do you know that? The producer told me we were going to talk to the studio the next day. And what happened? The next day in the Hollywood Reporter. Yes, congratulations to Tia Mori. So what is your timeline? When someone's in the Hollywood Reporter, you know 100% for sure. I felt disrespected as business partners because I didn't know what was going on. My manager told me, okay, yes, it was a for sure, it was a go. And do you know that the Hollywood Reporter, it was released out too early? Well, I'm glad it was because that's how we found out. I did not know. It came out too early, and then you said, wait a minute, I haven't even told my sister. Exactly. And I was devastated by that. You were devastated. You were devastated. Put yourself in my shoes for change, okay? I was embarrassed because the network, first thing they said was, wow, her sister didn't tell her? You and I were in the same situation years ago. We were doing a show. It was the same people that produced American Idol. We were supposed to do that together. You ended up booking roommates. Okay. Because you booked roommates, we no longer could do... Yes. Yeah. No. Yes. That didn't... Yes. No, Tia, we were going to do it. I found out through the grapevine that you booked roommates. You didn't tell me about it. We booking roommates didn't stop you from doing a television show. Yes, it did. That is not true, Tia. Yes, it is. And all I need from you as a sister to say, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. This happened now because I have this. We're not able to do that. It hurt like hell.
The boot camp blowout would be the final straw for Tia and Tamera, and they ultimately chose not to return for a 4th season of their reality show. There were several reasons which led to this decision. The constant filming was putting a strain on their marriages and family life, but the most significant reason was what happened behind the scenes. Tia and Tamera later revealed that producers had deliberately pitted them against each other. These reality TV producers were throwing away Tia and Tamera's bond together, all for a little TV.
2013 was a pivotal turning point in Tia and Tamera's careers. It was the moment they officially began going down their own individual paths beyond their twin branding. Tamera would become a host of a brand new unfiltered talk show called The Real, and Tia was becoming a sitcom queen with her new show, Instant Mom. Now, during this time, they did do a few interviews together to promote their new projects. However, the interviews did get a little awkward when asked how often they called each other up on the phone.
How often do you guys talk on the phone every day?
My sister and I? Well, recently, not really.
Yeah, we haven't spoken
because
to each other in a
we've been
while,
really busy.
yeah.
I haven't seen her
Have you guys
since
had a
week
fight or
ago.
something? Is that what
Well,
you're
last
trying to
week
tell
we
us?
saw each other.
So.
Okay. So, but she's really busy, and I'm really busy. But we do. I mean, we're twins. We're in each other's lives. We'll always be there.
After a couple of years of taking time to find themselves and doing their own thing, Tia and Tamera started coming together again, but not on screen. Instead, they decided to launch a children's book series called Twintuition.
With Boy Meets World and now Full House, it's been official that they're coming back with a 13-part series. So people are really 13-episode series. People are really just bombarding my Twitter account
mine
with.
too.
It's because I think all these shows have now, have come back. So I think though we should come back as a feature film.
Really?
Do
Even
just
though
one
that
big
wasn't
feature
really
film.
where we kind of started?
Well, because you got to do Sister Sister the
Or
movie.
a TV movie.
Full House's 2016 Fuller House reboot really inspired a whole reboot era of nostalgic shows that we loved when we were younger, like That's So Raven and iCarly. With all of these classics coming back, fans were begging for a reboot of the iconic Sister Sister. And in 2017, it was confirmed that a revival was in the works.
There are some rumors of a Sister Sister reboot. Any updates on that?
Yeah, it's happening.
Really? Really? Ooh, boy, won't that be good.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, Tia and Tamera are my babies. They're my babies too.
The entire cast had agreed to come back. Tia told People that they were already working with writers and producers, saying, quote, "We want to make sure that it is great TV and that it's gonna be fun. We appreciate all of our fans' eagerness because we're just as eager as you guys are." By this point, it had been about a decade since Tia and Tamera had done a film or a sitcom project. And for the first time in a long time, it seemed like their relationship had fully been healed.
I knew you were gonna cry! Why are you crying? Don't cry! I'm just so proud of you.
Oh, I'm proud of you. You guys, this girl stays working. I swear to God, you are such an inspiration. You are, Tia.
Don't make me cry.
I know, I just love you so much.
Since we have both Maury sisters here, we have to ask you guys, we have to have you clear up something. Okay. Is it true that there is going to be a Sister Sister reboot?
Oh my gosh. You know, my sister and I, we have been trying for a few months now. I mean, we can only do so much.
That is true.
Right?
Well, what's the problem? Well, do you want to be real with this?
Yes, this is
okay.
called the real.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yes.
So the reality is, and this is what a lot of people don't know about my sister and I, but everything that my sister and I have done, it's never been easy. We always find that we have to work extra hard. We don't know why.
There's always some sort of challenge.
Yes.
So
Unfortunately, the Sister Sister revival got put on hold indefinitely. According to Tia, they couldn't secure all the rights needed to move forward, and with a reboot being shelved, seeing Tia and Tamera together on screen again would be shelved along with it, officially closing the door on a reboot that could have captured the hearts of a brand new generation.
Now, let's hop in the deep dive time machine as we near present day and dive into just how all the drama from Tia and Tamera's reality show would be catapulted right back into the public eye. On October 4th, 2022, Tia made the shocking announcement on Instagram that her and her husband, Corey Hardick, were getting a divorce after 14 years of marriage.
I knew when I really started to focus on my happiness. I feel like women, we tend to focus on everybody else's happiness, making sure that everybody else is okay. Meaning, you know, our children, our friends, our, family. But at the end of the day, it's about self-love. And when you start to really work on yourself, love yourself, know your value, know your worth, and then all of a sudden there's this awakening. There was just an aha moment in me where I said, you know what? You need to tap in, see what's really going on with your happiness. Life is short. let's go. Let's start working on you and really focusing on what really, really matters here, which is, at the end of the day, your peace, your joy, and your happiness.
Now, the day that Tia announced her divorce just so happened to be the exact same day Tamera's new book titled You Should Sit Down for This, a memoir about life, wine, and cookies, was released to the public. Now, you'd think after 14 years of marriage, Tia could have waited at least one more day, but both announcements would hit the news sphere at the same time. Now, because Tamera's book was planned out, she was of course already on a PR tour to promote it, and in virtually every single interview, she was asked about what was happening in Tia's personal life.
You know, I love the way you talk about your sister. We, like, everything is we.
Like you. Like
yeah, it reminds me so much
Twins
of...
are, you know, very, I mean, we're special, you know, we split, you know,
and it's
into
also
a
shared
cell.
history and a shared perspective.
Yeah.
Your sister just announced that she's gonna be getting a divorce.
Yes.
Does like a half of your heart break for her?
You know, I support her.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever she wants, the Morris have her back. I love her dearly. She is strong. But I know right now she just kind of just wants to, you know, just process it all, take it all in, and, you know, be a little private about that. And, you know, as a sister, you know, I'm just gonna respect that.
Totally,
you know?
of course, of course.
You are you're like an incredible person.
Oh my
you
gosh,
have, I mean,
thank you.
the advice that you give and have in this life that you've lived already is incredible.
I've either been here before. I know, I'm a very old soul, and that's what I talk about as well. I have all this wisdom within me, and I'm finally accepting that that is my gift, that is who I am, and you could be wise, fun, cool, you know, have fun, but I was always the one, like, you know, when somebody does something crazy, I'm like, no, I don't have to do that. Can't y'all see what's gonna happen afterwards?
Now, this didn't go unchecked. Even though their fans were a little more grown up now, they were quick to criticize Tia, saying she was trying to overshadow her sister's book launch. However, Tamera would very publicly support her sister and praise Tia for her strength. Now, I don't know what was happening behind the scenes, but for Tamera to take the high road here, when Tia wants the spotlight on her, was a big deal. And it definitely reflects on both of their character in the public eye. But despite the public support, it still seemed as though Tia and Tamera were no longer as close as they used to be. And this would be confirmed with the launch of Tia's new reality show for WeTV, Tia Mowry, My Next Act. For the first time ever, Tia appearing on a reality TV show without her twin sister Tamera by her side.
I've been in the public eye since I was 14 years old. I got the part. There is a whole nother side of me. It is not easy going through a divorce. I got tired of people thinking that everything was perfect when it wasn't. I'm ready to share my story. I'm so excited about my future now. I am ready for my next act.
Now, after the trailer dropped for Tia's new show, fans really started to speculate that Tia and Tamera were not on speaking terms at all. Their bond had appeared to have completely fallen by the wayside. Well, when Tamera was asked if she will be appearing on the show, she revealed to the news that she actually had no idea about it at all, and found out about the reality show with the rest of the world. Tamera also said, quote, Tia is living her life right now, and Tia is doing Tia. But when she was asked if she'd be on the show, she said, quote, she didn't ask me, so I take that as a no. No, she's like, this is my story, and you know, I can only respect that. Shortly after this interview, another trailer for Tia's reality show would drop and go viral. Tia would say she misses her sister, she feels lonely, and she wishes she could call her, but that's just not where they are right now.
Being alone has been the most challenging part of my divorce. Times like this, when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close, and I could, you know, pick up the phone and call her.
It was clear. Tia was positioning the media in her own favor, and it seemed her strategy was to once again show the entire world her and her sister's issues in their relationship. Now, social media from TikTok to X to Instagram went wild over this clip. People who hadn't kept up with the twins were so confused as to why Tia couldn't just call her sister up. That's when old 2010s clips from their reality shows started circulating again, which only added fuel to the fire of speculation and rumors. rumors. Tia would go into damage control mode, saying in interviews the clip was taken out of context, and that both her and Tamera thought it was ridiculous, and that what she really meant to say was that they're not physically close because Tamera lives in Napa Valley. Fans obviously called BS on this reasoning because it still didn't explain her comments on being in a place where she wasn't able to call Tamera. Tamera, on the other hand, has been completely silent on the matter. If you scroll through their Instagrams today, when they do post each other, it's only throwback pictures. So that brings us to the main question of this video. How did Tia and Tamera go from sisters to strangers?
From their iconic rise as sitcom royalty, Tia and Tamera carved out a legacy that forever changed the face of television. Together, they dominated the 90s, becoming household names and role models for a generation of young girls. But as adult life crept in, their reality show showcased their relationship devolving right in front of the world. They would then forge their own paths personally and professionally, drifting further and further apart, sparking years of online scrutiny where they would constantly be pit against one another. So, where are they now? Despite the last shaky couple of years, Tia and Tamera shocked the world just recently by posting pictures spending time together for their 47th birthday. So for now, in the year 2025, all seems right in the Tia and Tamera universe.